If you're trying to choose one watch you'll never regret, you're already asking the wrong question. Because most regret doesn't come from buying the wrong watch. It comes from realizing you bought it for the wrong reason. Regret doesn't come from buying a bad watch. It comes from buying a watch for a reason that doesn't survive time. Most buyers think the decision is about optimization, the best brand, the best movement, the best resale value. That instinct makes sense, but it creates a problem. Because the moment you optimize for consensus, you outsource the decision. You stop choosing a watch. You start choosing reassurance. That's why so many first watches feel exciting at purchase and strangely flat 6 months later. Nothing went wrong. The watch didn't change. The reason you bought it did. There are 3 traps that create this pattern. The first is compression, trying to compress success, taste, and identity into a single object. When a watch is doing too much symbolic work, it becomes fragile. You start noticing what it doesn't say as much as what it does. The second trap is borrowed conviction. Buying something because other people have already decided it's correct. Reviews, forums, waiting lists. Borrowed conviction feels like confidence until you're alone with the object. The third trap is short time horizons, choosing for the next year instead of the next 5. A watch you'll wear occasionally feels very different from a watch you'll live with. If you ignore all of this, nothing catastrophic happens. You'll still own a good watch. But what usually follows is quiet churn, second guessing, looking at alternatives, convincing yourself you're done, then not being. That's regret. The alternative is simpler than it sounds. You don't choose a watch. You choose an ownership relationship. Instead of asking, is this the right watch? Ask 3 different questions. First, would I still want this if no one recognized it? This removes performance from the decision. Second, would I enjoy wearing this more than talking about it? This filters out watches that live better online than on the wrist. Third, can I imagine still choosing this when my life looks different? Because it will. A watch that survives those questions doesn't need defending. It doesn't rely on context. It doesn't expire with trends. It becomes part of your baseline. That's how you choose one watch you don't regret. Not by getting it right, but by choosing something that doesn't need constant justification. Luxury watches aren't about making a statement. They're about removing friction between who you are and what you wear. This is Watch IQ. Subscribe for luxury watch intelligence, not hype.